Do you know what that looks like? Nina? That had to have been the inspiration, bruh. The fact that he even restricted it, like, he wanted to. He wanted to kill him here, but he held that restraint. Like, this is the humor, bro. This type of humor just isn't seen. It doesn't work in most shows, but somehow the FMA humor just, they nail it. Yeah, he needs to die for sure. I don't trust him at all. I don't like him. He has that face that's gonna he's like Brock from Pokemon, but instead of having too much passion towards Nurse Joy or Officer, he's more of a creep towards us, you know? So is, like, they just straight up were in the plane and then they just weren't? Like, did they cross into a different dimension? He also has reasonable anger here, right? Like, he's not just screaming for the sake of screaming like some of these shonen MCs. This is an author who's not afraid to do something completely different, but still stick to a formula they know and just make it feel like it's another fucking 10 out of 10 classic in the making. Very Soul Eater coded. It's like Soul Eater meets Jujutsu Kaisen when it comes to the monsters. Holy shit! I'm good, boss. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see fucking nothing. Wait! Do you know what that looks like? What was that girl's name in FMA? The one where the dad turns her into a fucking dog? Nina? That had to have been the inspiration, bruh. Not again. I thought we were trying to recover from that traumatizing scene. It's the, yin and yang. I just realized what they were doing there. I'm fucking with the sister, I gotta be honest. I say we keep her around. Bro, I'm not okay. If I'm the only one who sees Nina Tucker in this scene, I'm gonna lose it. I haven't recovered from that since first seeing it a decade ago. Imagine waking up and now there's two of them staring at your soul. Diabolical. That isn't okay, but another point for why this anime hits different, and this is seriously gonna be an all-time great, I'm fully convinced. Now, you know what, just some of the highlights of the full live reaction. You want to catch the full one, head over to the Patreon, but we got to break down the best episode of the show today. It is just getting better, for being honest, but it's the way it's not playing by the expectations you're used to, right? I mean, I talked about it last week, how left and right are two characters that don't function in the stereotypical box that you're used to, which would be the generic muscleheads. But on the same side of the coin, I mean, you have our MC, who also is not who you expect. And this is another major bit of praise I have to give to the author, because it would have been very easy to make someone who, you know, could come from the same goddamn family tree as Edward Elric and just make another same character. But this dude does not function like Ed. He is okay with killing right from the get-go. The only reason he doesn't kill right from the get-go is because he could tell Buddy wasn't trying to kill him, so it's fair to do the same thing. But his anger and the way they keep him relatively angry without being an edgelord. Like, he's not just constantly screaming, but he's reasonably pissed off because a sister he didn't know existed killed the sister he knew existed. His entire life is a lie. He's in the middle of bumfuck nowhere that is completely different from everything he grew up around. And more, he feels like a fish out of water. And this woman loves him unconditionally. Seems way different than you would think based on her initial interaction inside the village. And more you don't know who the baddies are. And his reactions to everything are so fresh and exciting because he's responding realistically. I still can't get over the hunted becoming the hunter and how he jumped everyone at the beginning. Like, this is such a powerful moment because you don't see this type of stuff often, especially not episode 4 or 5 of a first season, right? But it really did flex why he's not to be fucked with. The fact that he actually had to take a minute, take a deep breath to relieve that tension so he didn't slit his throat because of the anger he had. Because he is human, right? He wanted revenge in this moment, but he also has his moral compass. And Jin as a character is probably going to become one of my favorites as long as he continues to live. He's such an interesting beast, and I don't know who the hell we can trust anymore. They're saying what attacked them at the end of the episode was outsiders, but I honestly think where Sis is like chilling, there's a lot of uncertainty. I mean, when we first joined into this like compound, this creepy son of a bitch popped up, and I don't like him at all. And I mean, I think my immediate thought was shoot first, ask questions later. You know, I just didn't want to see any more of him. But it's going to be interesting because the big thing will be, we will remember that even if Granny did bad things, this group invaded his village and killed innocent people. But then all their actions outside that village make them seem fairly normal. So, which route do they go? Do they go the route that his village was all liars and evil people? They could, and that would, in theory, work. But I think what's probably going to happen is that both Granny's side, where he came from, and the sister's side, where Jin and everyone else is, most likely have good and bad apples. And I think the biggest thing that will shield probably people like him, or, even Miss Mouth, is most likely brainwashing. Now, not in the way that they're legitimately brainwashed, but they're conditioned to believe certain people are beyond vile. And the thing is if you don't think that would be a realistic way to redeem or explain her, I think you're foolish. Because in our own world, how many fucking countries at this very moment are dehumanizing living people and treating them like they are below their level, and they justify genocide? It would be very easy to be raised by a group of people or work for a group of people who are teaching you that, oh yeah, your best friend's brother is living here and they're actually these evil demonic monsters. They may look human, go kill them. Because here's the thing, Demon Slayer, all these shows, right? You're killing monsters, you don't treat them as human. Yeah, maybe a character like Tanjiro might, but at the end of the day, it's easier to kill things that you think are less than human. That is probably what's happening. And I think it's going to be a case of both sides have evil and good about them. And it's going to be up to our boy probably having a few characters from both sides work together to find that third option and tear down the true corruption. That's my interpretation. Now, maybe it will be a little more black and white than they're currently laying it out, but I'm not sure. Between characters like Left and Right not just being generic muscleheads, but actually thinking things through, between an MC who's actually okay with killing push come to shove, but also has his own moral compass, a sister who's not falling in line with that generic evil, I've come back from the dead, but actually genuinely loves her brother, and it makes her actions in present day even more questionable. This show has a lot more complexity than you would think at face value, and why I think it's going to be on par with Fullmetal Alchemist when it's all said and done. Because if I'm just looking at my initial feelings for FMA within the first 5 episodes, I don't think I'm enjoying this any less than I did FMA when I first started that show. Now, some people will want to say recency bias, and you might have had an argument to be made in the first few episodes, but I've seen close to half a core's worth at this point. Yes, things can change and it can get weaker over time, but I am looking at it not as, oh my god, this is on par with every episode of FMA. No, if I'm looking at how the intro of FMA, whether the original or Brotherhood, yeah, I think this author has done something that just doesn't happen. Yes, there are authors that have made shows that are good, but to make shows that are equally as good, and in my opinion will be as culturally impactful, this is special. And they're doing exactly what I want to see an author do. And I keep saying this, if Isayama ever comes back with another manga, I don't want to see Eren Yeager again. You can have a character that might look a little similar, the same way, Buddy looks a little similar to Ed. But at the end of the day, make something different. I don't want to just see Natsu 15 times over like Hiromashima. This is what I want to see. I think this show is going to be a generational masterpiece. And you know what? If you disagree, that's fine. But frankly, I only give a fuck about my opinion, goddamn, because this show makes me happy and it reminds me of when I first discovered anime. But fuck the things in the door for looking like Nina goddamn Tucker. I didn't need to see that, but if I had to see it, you had to see it, damn it. Your thoughts down below. What did you think? I think this is the best episode. It expands the world even more than anything that came before. But your thoughts? Make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe, ring that bell so you can stay updated on everything we upload here on YouTube. And of course, the Patreon full live reactions live over there and other exclusives because I got to give those video shots to my patrons because of why I get to do these YouTube videos at all. All right, so today we got Sean Cafferkey, Ryan Kahalili, Jessica L. Compton, Ishta, Mav, Jarl Brawlgrove, Omar, Jay Vorty, Daniel Koskell, and we also have Christoph Kowalski. So I appreciate the support. Please take care. You all have a good one.